hope you had a great week, remembering that trusting God can help you get back up. All right.
Speaking of getting back up, we got some birthdays.
All right.
Happy birthday to Colt, Valerie, Alex, Bryn, Carly, Elliot, Tate, and Jonathan.
Happy birthday, guys. All right, next up, we're going to go over our verse. So you guys have been practicing it all month. So you should be able to fill in some of these blanks for us, okay? So we're going to start off saying it all together. But when we pause, that means there's a blank. And you guys got to fill in what it's supposed to be.
So you guys can remember.
Are you ready?
All right.
Okay, so it starts, but those who trust in the Lord, right?
The Lord
will receive new strength, right? All right, they will fly as high as eagles. Nice. They will run and not get tired. Nice. They will walk and not grow weak. Nice, guys. It's Isaiah 40:31. Nerve.
Everyone knows that one.
Yes. All right, you guys, for our little game today, since we're talking about how focusing on Jesus can help us keep going, can help us be resilient, we're going to show you guys some illusions. And the pictures change depending on what you're focused on. And life can be that way too, right? Where if we're just focused on what's going on around us right now,
You might not discover other things that might be hiding.
right, we might be discouraged instead of focusing on what Jesus did for us. All right, so
For this first one. This one, if you look at it, it's just a bunch of lines, but shake your head.
you guys shake your
Everyone
head.
Shake your head a little bit. What do you see? There's a cat. I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you shake your head, you can sort of see a cat in there.
Isn't that crazy?
That's so cool.
Changes. All right, so for the second one, if you guys look at it, just look at first. Just look at design, right? But I want you guys to take a few seconds and kind of focus more on the diamonds that are in the center. Just focus on it as hard as you can for a few seconds. What do you guys see?
Those circles moving?
Right, yeah, as you kind of focus on it a little more, it looks like the circles are moving. They're actually just still. But the more you focus, the more it looks like they're moving. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, so weird.
All right.
So for this last one, this one is super weird. So you look at it, it's just a picture of some random colors, kind of blurry. Just pick one spot and focus on it. Just focus on that spot. Don't look anywhere else.
Look as hard as you can.
Hard as you can. Don't look anywhere else for about
Super focused.
a couple seconds, maybe 30 seconds. And the rest of the color is just supposed to disappear.
Yeah, everything else starts blurring. Isn't that like kind
Isn't that one weird?
It makes me dizzy to look at some of these.
That one freaks me out, honestly. It makes me feel like I'm going colorblind.
Right? Like everything starts to get blurry. You gotta be really focused though for it to work.
Yeah.
But that's kind of how life is. How focusing on Jesus can make us see what's happening around us differently.
Really change your focus.
Yeah. So we are gonna look at some followers of Jesus in our Bible story who kept going because of what Jesus did for them. Let's check it out.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Inspired by the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verses 1 through 3.
Allie shoved her swimsuit into the bag along with the towel.
Where are my goggles?
Mom was trying to hold Allie's younger brother, Jack, as she wrestled shoes onto his feet.
Check the laundry room. You dumped your swim bag there.
Dumped your swim bag there. Dumped your swim bag there.
I get it already.
Allie.
I know, Mom. It's just what Jack does.
Dumped your swim bag there.
Allie bit her lip to keep from snapping back and ran to the laundry room. It was her biggest swim meet of the season, but Dad was on a business trip and Mom had snagged some big appointment for Jack with some new doctor.
Grandpa will be here in 2 minutes to pick you up. I'm putting Jack in the car.
Good luck with that.
Allie snagged her goggles and threw them in her bag. Of course, Jack was melting down again. This new doctor's appointment wasn't part of his regular routine.
No one cares about my routine.
Allie lugged her swim bag out the door to see Grandpa's beat-up Jeep behind Mom's minivan. Mom was trying to strap Jack into a seat, but he was flailing and flapping his hands.
Rex, 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 Rex.
Rex was one of Jack's gazillion toy dinosaurs. He spent hours lining them up, and he could recite all of their names, pterodactyl, ichthyosaurus, and yet he couldn't manage a simple hello.
Allie, could you run back in and grab Rex? No, wait, I'll do it. I've got to lock the door.
Mom flew past Allie on her way back in and planted a kiss on her cheek.
You'll do great at the meet, sweetie. I love you.
Allie waved goodbye to Jack as she passed the van, but he wasn't paying attention. Sighing, she hopped into the Jeep beside Grandpa.
Hi, Papa.
Hi, Angelfish. All ready to swim?
I guess.
Allie's mom tore out of the house, carrying Rex, rawr, and made a beeline for the minivan, calling out to Grandpa and Allie.
Thanks so much for doing this. It all happened last minute.
Grandpa and Allie waved goodbye, and the Jeep backed out.
You doing okay?
Yeah,
Who's this fancy doctor?
I don't know. He's some autism expert, and there's usually like a 6-month wait to see him, but Mom got a call an hour ago to come.
Well, that's good for Jack, right?
Is it? I mean, he's already going to speech therapy and occupational therapy and play therapy, and I thought he was supposed to get better or something. But they did that big evaluation thing last month, and now Mom says Jack has autism. And it doesn't get better. It's just the way you are.
Well, that sure is a lot to think about. You do some good thinking while you swim, right?
I guess, but half the time Mom has to pull me out of swim practice so we can get to one of Jack's therapy sessions. And she's already said if I swim this summer, I'm gonna have to miss a bunch. Sometimes I want my brother to be different. That's awful. I'm an awful person.
No, Angelfish, you've been running a tough race.
I hate running.
All right, swimming. You've been swimming really hard, and you just found out there's no finish line.
You're not really talking about swimming, are you?
I always said you were the brightest fish in the barrel.
Papa.
I know it feels like your parents spend all their time and attention on Jack. I guess we all hope that could change, but now it looks like change is going to be more of a 10,000-meter swim instead of a 50-meter sprint.
Allie sighed and glanced up at the sparkling blue pool as they pulled into the parking lot of the Y.
I'm just tired of it. I want a brother who likes to be hugged and play games and doesn't draw attention when he comes to my swim meets. It would be easier to quit swimming.
They both stared at the neatly marked lanes in the pool.
You got a minute before you need to be out there?
Yeah, I think.
What you're facing isn't fair, but everyone's story is different. Everyone has their own 10,000-meter swim, and there's only one way to stick it out.
Extra practice?
Well, that helps for sure, but I'm thinking about the Jesus kind. Can I read you a couple of verses?
You're going to anyway.
Grandpa tapped on his phone.
Aha, Hebrews chapter 12. Let us keep on running the race marked out for us. Let us keep looking to Jesus. He is the one who started this journey of faith, and He is the one who completes it. He paid no attention to the shame of the cross. He suffered there because of the joy He was looking forward to. Then He sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. He made it through these attacks by sinners, so think about Him. You won't get tired. You won't lose hope.
I never thought about all that stuff Jesus went through, like running a hard race. You think He swam too?
Didn't need to, because He could walk on water. Jesus paved the way for us. Even when we're tired and we messed up, and we know we can get back up and keep going because we're loved and forgiven no matter what.
I love swimming. I really don't want to stop.
Good. Let's get you in that pool, Angelfish.
Allie smiled and hopped out of the Jeep. She found she felt a little bit lighter. Light enough to swim extra hard, light enough to finish her final swim of the afternoon with a personal record.
Amazing swim, Allie.
Swim, Allie, swim, Allie, swim, Allie.
Allie wiped water from her eyes to see Jack and Mom cheering near the gate. Jack wore noise-canceling headphones and cheered and jumped up and down, wildly flapping his hands. She noticed that he was looking right at her.
Swim, Allie, swim, Allie.
Allie smiled and flapped her hand right back at him. They had a long journey ahead, but you know, Allie was ready to keep going.
Wow. Isn't that amazing how those people, we just kept going because they remembered what Jesus did for them. And that's what we can do too. Which brings us to our main point. You guys ready? To tell someone next to you, repeat after us. The main point is?
The main point is
Keep going because of what Jesus did for you.
keep going because of what Jesus did for you.
So good. And our key question is, what can help you focus on Jesus? Wow, a lot of good things. Talk about it with your small group, guys. See you next week.
Bye.